I seen a link today, and this is something that I've discussed in my Discord group with certain Liverpool fans. But I want to know how you guys feel about this potential link, because it could either be genius or the height of stupidity. And I am leaning towards the height of stupidity. But then again, it could just be me not giving credit. So Liverpool could join Tyler Adams' race. That's the headline. Liverpool are reportedly weighing up a move for Leeds United midfielder Tyler Adams. The 24-year-old recently suffered relegation from the Premier League with the Whites, though is believed to have told his current employers he wishes to remain in the top flight next term. Report goes on to say that about £40 million would be a number that would get Tyler Adams from Leeds. There hasn't been something like this that's really put me more on the fence, because I've had people in my Discord who, have seen this guy play a lot for the American national team and really, really rate him and really think that it could be a very astute piece of business by Liverpool or a top level club to maybe bring Tyler Adams in. I don't know. Maybe it's my arrogance here. I just don't see it. But I do get that he's a decent player. I just don't know if he'd have enough to come in and really do a job in Liverpool's in the engine room of Liverpool's midfield, or in the deep lying engine room of Liverpool's midfield. And that's before we talk about the price, because you can't ignore the price. £40 million for a player who's just been relegated. He wasn't the cause of Leeds' relegation, but he was part of the squad. Seems a very, very pricey amount, and I would suggest that Leeds would struggle to get that 40 million. But is he good enough, or isn't he good enough? I mean, let's go over to the chat and see what you guys have to say. 40 million is way too much for him, says Zarug. FSG just wants some local lads, said Jay. I'd sooner Brian Adams, says David Newell. You just want me to start singing Summer 69, mate, let's be honest with you. And if I start singing about 69, it ain't going to be in that context, dude, I can promise you that. 40 million is 40 million too much for Tyler Adams, said Connor the Red. Under 20 million is a bargain. 40 million is nuts, but I rate him, said Liz Golden, who is, of course, an American. 20 million is a good price, said George. More concerned about his injury than his ability, said Austin. Fair point. I guess all of these things weigh into a conversation point when you're speaking about somebody like Tyler Adams, or when you're speaking about any incoming. For me, the price tag is the first thing I'd say. No, 40 million is way too much. Maybe a 20 million. There's a conversation, but what I really feel is he's not a this summer player. This summer needs to leave us in no doubt. We need to look at the three midfield reinforcements and go, yes, yes, God, yes. And we have the first yes with Alexis McAllister. I don't think anybody's in any doubt about, one, the calibre of the man, and two, the price point that we paid from £35 million, an absolute steal. So if you get him in, that's a yes. I'm going to go Kefren Thuram as a yes from everybody else as well. I think I'm speaking for everybody here. So if we get Kefren Thuram in, 35, 40, 45 million, another yes. So then you've got one more hell yes to go. And I can't speak for everyone, but I'd feel very underwhelmed if Tyler Adams was that last piece of the potential jigsaw. Now, if this was next summer, and Liverpool had reshaped their midfield, and Thiago was moving on, and it looks like, according to a report from James Pearce today, that there are no plans currently to allow either Thiago to leave or to extend his deal, so it looks like Thiago leaving a free next summer. So if this was next summer and we were having this conversation, I'll probably be a little bit more open to it, because we'd have known how Fabinho looks at that point. We'll have seen some more progression from Stefan Bajcetic, and we'd figure out whether it's time to maybe, give him a bit of competition. I just think this summer, it's a no from me. But I want to know what you guys think. Would you sign Tyler Adams? Would it be the price that would you say no, or the calibre of the player that you'd say no? Everybody is talking about that Viega. Yes, loads of people, like Newcastle have been strongly linked. I've seen United linked and a few others, but I honestly don't know. Like, it's a straightforward thing. If you want to do, pay the €40 million release clause. Jamie Rennie, how are we, Jamie? Always a pleasure to see you. Said, I'd like Viega just about more than anyone. Just his age, price, and record of goals and assists wins me over. Yeah, look, I'm sold on this kid, I should say, as well. Even though, excuse me, I'll admit, Jamie, I've seen limited amounts of him, but I like the cut of his jib. Monkey Duffy LFC says, I think we'll get Thuram, but I worry about a third midfielder. As Pierce said, it'll depend on the budget. Genuine question, right? Honest question. If we end up signing two midfielders, and one of them, of course, is Alexis McAllister, and let's say the other one comes in, and let's say it is Thuram as an example, and we're looking at a number of about £40 million. So if that's Liverpool's business finished, I have more questions than answers. Because I thought that we weren't going after Bellingham because, you know, we got to spread that money around. And, you know, my maths ain't great, but 40 million and 35 million is 75 million, which isn't even in the ballpark for Bellingham. So two midfielders ain't going to cut it unless it's one absolute superstar midfielder alongside McAllister. But it would be very difficult to square that circle if it's two midfielders. I feel like we'd have a lot of angry fans if it was two midfielders. Do you think we might be holding out for Tchouaméni or Fede Valverde? It's so difficult to know. Like, I really don't know if I should be getting worked up at the minute or if I should be calm and patient, because I have no trust in FSG. So I'm probably more in the camp of I'll believe it when I see it with regards to the money being spent, but I don't want to come on here and be a big pessimist and get everybody else riled up and pissed off, because, you know, we all view these windows in different circumstances, and the window's now officially open. By the way, it officially opened today, so we've got the summer transfer window now in full swing. How do you feel about it? Do you think we will do decent business and, you know, spend money, or do you think we're gonna have an underwhelming window where, yes, we might fill the gaps in our squad, but are they going to be of the caliber of players? I believe that. Oh yeah, I mean, let's get that out of the way. Ronaldo says, "Whee!" all day. Yeah, so Paul Joyce and James Pearce, I believe, have both come out and said, and I want everybody here to celebrate together, that James Ward-Prowse is not on the list of targets for Liverpool. All of us, come on, at home, I want you celebrating that. Because I don't understand why there are Liverpool fans that want us to sign James Ward-Prowse. For the love of God. What? Have you seen these space cadets wanting James Ward-Prowse? Why? He's not very good. He's mid-Premier League standard. And he's got a very good free kick. He shouldn't be anywhere near Liverpool, let's be honest. I mean, is that how low we've gone? That we're trying to convince ourselves that James Ward-Prowse, this era's Christian Poulsen, is going to be good enough for Liverpool. I'm sorry, lads. I mean, for the love of God, no. Gonna be strange seeing Jimmy Milner in a Brighton kit next season. Yes, so James Milner officially signed on as a Brighton player today. I'm sure you guys have probably seen that as well. And wish him all the best, honestly. I think it's genius from Brighton to bring somebody of the experience, a standard bearer like James Milner in at this stage of their development. So good move all around, I think. Any update on Man City's 115 charges? No update on Manchester City's 115 charges, mate. Now, there's absolutely nothing that I can add to the news about Manchester City's 115 charges. Yeah, so just to reiterate, there's nothing I can say to you or update on those 115 charges that Manchester City have been hit. What? 114? No, 115.